Hello there, Marsha Q has returned yet again. Today is, what's today? Monday? Monday, I think the 14th. I'm going to start putting dates on these so it'll make it easier to know what date I posted these. And today I'm going to do an interesting subject. And it's about how I ended up in BDSM and how my journey has been in BDSM. Weirdly enough, I was hanging out with a friend, this beautiful behemoth. I mean, she was like 6 foot tall, this awesome, statuesque girl. Her name was Sherry, and she was a Dom. And we had gone to a couple of BBW parties together. And I don't know how I ended up finding or asking about, BDSM or, her clothing and the floggers and everything else that she had. But somehow she introduced me to some other friends of hers who were tops or DOMs. And I just started learning about the community. And I had a mentor, and his name was Master Scott. And his wife Raven was super awesome, and they were just really welcoming and encouraging. And I started going to Munches, and Munches is like a vanilla gathering of kinky people, like at a restaurant. And it's like once a month, and you come for a couple of hours and you hang out and talk. And it's more like, you can meet up, network kind of thing. And so I had started going to those, and I started meeting people. And I thought at the time that I was submissive. Yeah, I know. So I thought I was submissive. And so Master Scott took me under his wing, and he was like, tried to teach me some things and see if I was comfortable, if I wanted to play publicly, if I was going to play publicly, things I'd have to be comfortable with, like, if you're going to be nude in a dungeon, or how much clothing would be okay for me, if I'd be comfortable. And then where or what I liked actually, do I like floggers, or like being hit on my legs or my thighs or my butt or my back? And, for me, I found out, what I liked. And it was a really interesting experience for me because I didn't really know anything about the lifestyle. So it was all so new and exciting. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. And then I kind of tapered off a little bit. I stopped really doing so much and hanging out so much with tops and doms until I ended up meeting my best friend, Nikki. And she was like, hey, there's this new dungeon opening up. Do you want to go? And I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely want to go. So, because I hadn't been in the scene in a long time, and I was like, it'd be cool to go back and, see, what's going on, if I'm still interested. And that was, I think, 8 years ago, or almost 8 years ago. And it was a place called the Woodshed. It was Woodshed 1. It was like a really small little, it's like a warehouse. It was just like one small, tiny little warehouse. And it was mad cool. And I was really loving, the atmosphere. And there was just swings, and there was a throne, and people were doing scenes all over the place. And you had to be quiet and respectful. And it was mad cool. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. I need to come back more. And then, so I kept going and meeting people, and I kept thinking I was submissive for a while. Yeah, eventually it would dawn on me that I was a top, and I was more, on the dom side than really I was a submissive. And I'm such a sadist. So yeah, I had to learn that for myself. It is it is a growing process. So I kept going until the Witcher became the Woodshed 2, which is like, oh my God, it was like 2 or 3. It seems like warehouses put together. It's just this beautiful space. It's gorgeous. It had, a lot more room, really good air conditioning, a space where you can just come and have coffee and sit and talk and relax. And it had like things you could buy, and whips and floggers and everything. And then it had a side that played metal and like alternative. And then it had the other side, which played like, I hate to say Enya, but it was more mellow kind of side, which was mad cool. And it was just a really great place. And not only did they have where you could do scenes, but they started doing classes and like BDSM 101 for anybody who was curious about BDSM. Because that crappy movie that came out, that 50 Shades of Grey, was so not even close to what really BDSM is about. But I am not going to go on my rant about how that movie sucks and why it's bad. But no. Uh, so it was really great how that things just kept getting better and better. And I would go off and on and off and on. And then they had like submissive safe space and dominant round table where you can come, and the dominant's on one side, the submissive on the other. And I myself, which I think I am a switch, I I could go to either side depending on, which mood I was in. A lot of times I go on the submissive side. They were a lot more fun and they'd have snacks. So I would go hang out with him, and it would just be a discussion for like 2 hours about whatever random subject that, was selected for that particular day. And you get to meet other submissives that had come out to, share their opinions, and you get to hang out and any questions you have or problems or things you're trying to work through. And it was great. And the more I went there, the more I was like, I'm really not a submissive. I'm really more on the top side. I really want to administer pain to someone and give them pleasure through pain. And the more I figured that out, the more I started, talking to people, watching, learning. I mean, I'm such a voyeur anyway, so the watching for me was great. I watch other people sing. I pick up things. I go to classes and, practice on, any random man who would let me, which is awesome. And unfortunately, I don't have a play partner and I don't have a submissive because a lot of them are so specific. Oh, I just want you to spank me, or I just want you to do this or that. And I'm about the all over body experience. So if you're not a person who's really into that, that's not really my thing. So no, thank you. Or they're not really submissive. They're just in it for the sexual aspect of it. And that's just not really my thing. I said sex is one thing, and for me, BDSM is another. Yes, there is a definite sexual pleasure that you get from administering pain or receiving pain. However, for me, it is not about sex. So there are a lot of people who don't get that, and that's what they think BDSM is about kinky sex. And you can break down all the definitions, bondage, dominance, sadomasochism, dom, sub, master, slave, whatever you want to say. With the definition of it is. However, it is, for me, it's like a power exchange. You give me the power to administer pain to you. And I'm very thankful for anybody who has let me hit that, which I appreciate very much. And I hope to do so a lot more in the future. But it is amazing how that people don't realize that BDSM is all about consent. Anything you do is about consent. It's all about giving someone what they want and what they desire. It's not about, being abusive or hurting someone just because you want to hurt them, not because that's what they want. People misunderstand what BDSM is all the time. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people who abuse it, and there are a lot of people who want to lord over someone and just want to control someone. And, that's not really what, in essence, BDSM is about. But that's a lesson for another day. And what's interesting about the community is that you will see a lot of older men with younger women, because for a lot of them, it is about the dominance and about that top and about the experience. So a lot of younger women are attracted to that, and they do like older partners, and they all like older doms. And, for me, I'm all about younger. So for me, it is about, younger men and submissives or switches. And for me, when I do bottom from time to time, but it's rare. I don't really like to bottom. I'd rather be the administrator of pain, because I'm not really someone who enjoys pain. So, there's some things that are painful that I do enjoy, but on a whole, not so much. But my experience with BDSM has been an eye-opening experience, because it carries over into any relationship that I have is vanilla. That's not BDSM oriented. And, a lot of times when I'm talking to people, I'm like, hey, is it okay if I touch you before? Because, again, my mindset is always consent before I hug you, before I touch someone. I work in retail. Hey, it's okay. I'm going to touch you. Is that okay? So it's always in the forefront of my head when I'm, dealing with people in certain situations. And it always boggles my mind how many relationships of people who are in the vanilla world are so dishonest in the sense that they don't really tell people exactly what they want. They're not clear about their desires and what their needs are, or how that they're so untrusting. If I'm in a relationship with you, I'm very honest. I'm going to tell you what I want. I'm going to tell you what I like and tell you how I like it. And then I want you to do the same for me. If you're not feeling me in a relationship, I want you to say, hey, I'm not feeling you anymore. I don't really want to see you anymore. Okay, it hurts, but I'd rather you tell me that than us to pretend that we're in a great relationship and then eventually you cheat on me or break up for something stupid. I've never been cheated on in my life. What am I, 43? Because I tell anyone in a relationship I'm with, hey, it is about both of us being happy. So one of us can't just be happy. So we both have to be happy in the relationship that I'm in, because life is too short to be miserable in a relationship. I'd rather be single, which is why I'm single now, than with somebody I don't love, I don't care about, or I don't want to be in a relationship with. So if you're interested in BDSM, definitely take the time to do research. Go online. There are many awesome books that you can look into. See if there's a local dungeon in your area that you can go to and see if they have any classes. I mean, I had a mentor, which was amazing for me. And he helped me so much. Him and his wife helped me so much, learn so many things. I made a lot of great friends. And to this day, I still have a lot of friends who help me, who teach me. You know, there's a lot of us who meet up together. We have coffee together. We go on trips together. We hang out in vanilla settings. So, and it is truly a community. I don't know if that's everywhere, but here in the Orlando area where I am, I feel that it's very much a community. And I don't know, it's just something indescribable unless you're actually in the community. Granted, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying there's not imperfect people. I'm not saying there are not people who do jacked up things. Of course, it's all there too. So you have to take the good with the bad, and you have to be able to have common sense. Make sure you vet people. I vet anybody I'm dating. Just vanilla setting, I'm going to vet you and make sure you're not crazy or psycho or trying to hurt me. So, of course, even more so if you're going to get into a relationship with someone who's in a BDSM setting. So, I said a whole bunch in just a few minutes. I don't really know. This is not really supposed to be an educational video. It's mostly supposed to be just like about my experience. My experience has been great. I've had a lot of great fun. I have a lot of great toys. There's more I want to buy. And I'm still looking for that submissive or switch that, you know, will suit my needs. But until then, you know, I am more than happy just to go and watch and wait and be patient for that right person. One day he'll come. We'll have a lot of fun together. All right, this is another short video from Marsha. I'll be doing another one in just a moment, probably about my obsession with Korean culture right now and my learning of Korean, going to Korea, all that kind of things. So, Marsha Q's out. I'll see you soon.